WTSN Dover leaves its regularly scheduled programming to bring you a special WTSN sports presentation.
WTSN AM 1270, your home for high school sports, presents high school baseball.
I need a catcher, Jake. Somebody who can lead this team on the field.
Listen to WTSN all season long for the greatest games, starring your favorite high school athletes.
He's under it. Hey, makes a basket catch, Willie Mays style. And the side is retired.
Tonight's game is brought to you by
Wentworth Douglas Hospital, the Seacoast leading medical center. Cross Insurance, your local Safeco agent at 475 High Street in Summersburg. That's Cross Insurance, 742-2552 for all your personal insurance needs. Aroma Joe's Coffee, 60 locations all over the Seacoast. Visit them online at aromajoes.com. Aroma Joe's, wicked good coffee.
And now, let's send it out to the field for tonight's action on the Seacoast's leader for high school sports, WTSN AM 1270 and WTSN AM 1270.com.
And welcome everybody to Bert George Field in Rochester, New Hampshire. Justin McIsaac here along with Dan Lunnie to bring you today's Division I high school baseball matchup between the Spaulding High Red Raiders with a record of 1-0, taking on the visiting Keene High Blackbirds with a record of 0-1. They see teams that last met on April the 20th of last year. Spaulding getting a 5-4 win here at Bert George Field. And, Danny, it's turned into be a really nice day for a ball game out there.
You know, I was driving in, and the clouds were rolling, but the sun is out right now, and that's all that counts. We'll get some baseball in here pretty quick.
Absolutely, and it's looking later in the week like it's not going to be so nice. So this might be the best day of the week and best day to catch a ball game. So
exactly.
If you got time, leave work early if you got time. You can listen to us on your phone and get out here at Bert George Field and take in a ball game. It should be a good one between the Red Raiders and the Blackbirds. Last year, Danny, Spaulding... last game, I should say, they beat Timberlane 6-5 in 8 innings. That was on Monday in the opener. And the pitching should be fine for Spaulding in most games, but maybe, the question mark is maybe with the gloves.
The defense, with the gloves, right, yeah. Look out for it. Keep it tight, make it a clean game, and they should be okay.
That's right. And Alex Gray, according to our scouting report from Coach Paul George, he's a strong catcher. Mark Leahy and Zach Poisson should provide a solid top of the pitching rotation. We won't see either of those gentlemen today. We'll see Josh Gagney on the mound for the Red Raiders. And same deal for the Keene High Blackbirds. They made 5 errors.
Yeah, 5 errors in their first game there. They need to tighten it up for sure. Yeah.
So I'm sure both teams got a healthy dose of ground balls and fly balls in practice yesterday.
Yeah.
To get ready for today.
You would think so.
And taking a look at Keene, Danny, their last game, they lost to Nashville South 5-3, 9 innings. New coach Dan Moylan, and looks like we're going to see a sophomore on the mound for Keene. Yeah,
that's going to be Mason Blanchard. He's a sophomore, as you said. He's got a good slider and a good fastball.
All right, and Lucas Luopa, if you follow football, he's a great quarterback. He's going to be the shortstop. Right. He's a player to watch offensively. A couple other guys you might want to watch, too.
All right, yeah, we have Steve Bianco. He's a junior, and Alex Parento are players to watch offensively today.
All right, so hopefully the teams tighten up their defense. Certainly, both teams hope that's the case, and if you're not hitting the ball, if you can field the ball and keep the other team, don't give away, don't give them extra outs. You usually do all right.
Right, exactly. Keep it tight today, and keep the innings fast, and as I said, keep it tight, and you should be okay as long as they can come up with some offense.
Well, we'll see how that goes. So we'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll meet the starting lineups for the two teams. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM 1270.com.
Do you own the perfect area rug?
Isn't it beautiful?
Maybe it's an oriental rug, or perhaps a hand-woven one, but now it needs cleaning.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't do it. No, that's ridiculous.
No matter how it got dirty, your most precious rug needs the most trusted name in professional carpet cleaning, Four Seasons Janitorial. Since 1975, Four Seasons Janitorial has been providing customized maintenance and janitorial services to the Seacoast, office buildings, schools, financial institutes, and more. And these professional services include area rugs, with free pickup and delivery in the Tri-County for all area rugs. So, no matter how your home or business got dirty,
I think it was Julie.
I did not do it.
Four Season Janitorial will do it. Professional area rug cleaning with free pickup and delivery in the Tri-County region. Call 800-649-0443. 800-649-0443 for Four Seasons Janitorial, the Seacoast's most trusted cleaning service.
Fox Sports Radio on WTSN.
Why are you asking all these questions?
A full-service sports and entertainment establishment.
You talk about bringing out the stars.
A bunch of ex-athletes with an axe to grind.
I'm a very fine, physically tuned athlete.
Dudes with faces only a mother could love.
This thing is going to get ugly in a lot of different ways.
Hey, that's why we're on the radio.
You listen to this show every day and you're not insulted.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Let go.
Just keeping it positive.
I'm into the positive side of the story.
Fox Sports Radio on WTSN. Open mic with Mike Pomp on WTSN AM 1270.
It's the longest running local talk show on the seacoast of New Hampshire and southern Maine, Open Mic, and we talk about it all. Join the conversation weekday mornings at 11. From raising the speed limits of medical marijuana to taxing your beer and gas, and the latest from the state houses in Concord and Augusta. Open Mic. Let's talk about it.
Open mic with Mike Pomp on WTSN AM 1270. Number 1 for news, talk, and sports on the seacoast.
And we're back. Just
is a coordinated monthly test of the emergency alert system for the state of Maine. If this had been an actual emergency, official messages would have followed the alert tone. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
all right, I think we're back. I didn't study for this test of the emergency.
I didn't either,
system, Danny.
but I think we passed.
But yeah, passed with flying colors. Anyway, Nick Hume leads off for Keene. He wears number 32, playing left field. Steve Bianco is the first baseman, wearing number 15. Lucas Luopa will play short, wearing number 7. Alex Parento wears number 3. He bats cleanup and will play third. Mason Blanchard on the mound, wearing number 4. Alex Austin plays second, number 19. We are ready to play ball here. We'll give you the rest of the lineup in just a second as into the windup. Well, the first pitch of the game goes Josh Gagne. It's in there for strike 1.
Good pitch. Fastball. He just caught the inside corner on that one.
Yeah, Gagne's a sophomore as he faces the right-handed hitting Nick Hume. He's ready with the 0-1. This one is fouled off the catcher.
Coming inside again on him there.
Yeah, that'll sting. It's 0-2.
At least it's not 33 degrees up.
That's well, that's what it'll be Friday.
Right.
So 0-2 to Nick Hume. As Gagne will go into the windup and deliver. Curveball swung on a miss, strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. That's how you start a ball game, Danny.
3 pitches, and he's looking sharp so far. Mason Blanchard on the mound for Keene. And they said he's got a good slider and a good fastball. He got him on a curveball that time.
All right, so now stepping in for Keene, Steve Bianco, the first baseman. That's from the right-hand side, where's number 15. Got a very bright white bat there as Gagne goes into the lineup and delivers. A little high and tight for ball 1. The rest of the Keene lineup, batting 7th, Matt Delvecchio. He wears number 5 and is in right field. Patrick Wiesel is the catcher and wears number 22. Trevor Barassa is number 30. He plays center. The 1-0 is lifted to center field. Having it lined up, though, is Justin Jewell. He drifts over to his left and makes the catch, and there's 2 away.
There's some good pop in that one, but right at him. He took about 2 steps to his left and had it lined up.
And Justin Jewell, one of the important members of the Spaulding hockey team, he's a sophomore, talking to Coach Paul George. I said, wow, he's got you for hockey and for baseball. He's like, yeah, he's going to be sick of me by the time he's a senior. So that brings up Steve Bianco, Lucas Luopa, the shortstop. He takes a called strike. Strike 1. Luopa, the quarterback of the football team. They played a muddy game here earlier, a 7-6 Keene win. Well, earlier last year, I should say. The 0-1 is fouled off for strike 2.
You chased that one a little bit high, a little bit outside. Got a piece of it.
And I was actually writing down the scores on the wrong side here, so now I've got that straightened out, Danny. I had to do some erasing.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Well, it's early in the season for the broadcasters, too.
That's for sure.
2 down. The 0-2 to Luopa is fouled off. A curveball, had to fight it off to stay alive at 0-2.
He was good to stay back on that pitch.
It looked like he wanted to pull the trigger early, looking like dead red, but managed to get a piece and stays alive. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gagne into the windup and deals. This one is tapped back to the pitcher. Gagne fields it, flips over to first in time, and that is the end of the top of the first. After half an inning of play, Keene nothing. Spaulding coming to bat. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSNAM1270.com.
Okay, so can someone explain to me why anyone would want a boat? My neighbors have one, and I just don't see the point. All you do is go around in circles and wave at the other boat owners. Ahoy there. Tally-ho. I mean, I don't wave at strangers when I'm driving my car. I guess it's just a boat thing, whatever. If you ask me, human beings aren't meant to be on boats in the first place. We're land creatures. Better to keep your feet planted on solid ground, I say. Otherwise, you're just asking for trouble. And yet, they do seem happy, and they do spend a lot of time together. Even their kids.
There are people who don't understand the way you live. There's an insurance company that does. Safeco Insurance for auto, home, boat, and more. Coverage by Safeco Insurance Company of American affiliates, Seattle, Washington. Safeco Insurance. Do more.
Contact Cross Insurance, your local Safeco agent, 475 High Street, Somersworth. That's Cross Insurance, 742-2552 for all your personal insurance needs.
Now we're back at Bert George Field. Justin McIsaac, Dan Lunnie doing the Humpty Hump. Starting lineup for the Spaulding Red Raiders. Leading off and playing left field, it will be number 1, Anthony DiPrizio. The catcher is number 16, Alex Gray in the 2 spot. Justin Jewell will bat third. He'll wear number 3 and play center. Lucas Brigham is the third baseman wearing number 12 in the cleanup spot today. Josh Gagne is the pitcher for Spaulding wearing number 20, batting 5th. Mark Leahy is the first baseman. He wears number 7, batting in the number 6 spot. The number 7 hitter is Mike Bellio wearing number 2 and playing shortstop. Trevor Roy will play right field wearing number 11 in the 8 spot. And in the 9 hole, number 4, the second baseman, Zach Poisson. Headed to the mound for Keene is Mason Blanchard. And as the email from Coach Dan Moylan says, he's got a good slider and a good fastball. He's a sophomore, so start of the year for young Mr. Blanchard. I wonder if he's got a little bit of jitters out there. Got to imagine as a sophomore, maybe a little bit. Let's see if he can get through the first inning unscathed.
Right.
So leading
That'll
off.
happen. Usually after the first couple of pitches, that wears off.
Once there's a ball in play, usually you start to settle down there. But Anthony DiPrizio steps in, bats from the right side. He awaits the first one from Blanchard. A little bit high for ball 1. And now I can write on the Spaulding side here, Danny, like I was doing in the first inning.
Well, you had me doing it too. So.
DiPrizio was 3 for 6 with 3 ribbies in the game against Timberlane. He awaits the 1-0, slaps it to left field. That's going to fall for a base hit. And Hume is able to play it off the muddy turf. But aboard with a single is DiPrizio.
Oh, right between short and third there, and it dropped in for a base hit. The field is in actually pretty good shape for as much rain as we had this morning,
considering, yeah. Well, they don't play 19 sports on this field like they do the the football fields.
Right.
And I'll bring up Alex Gray, the catcher. He bats from the left side. Gray 1 for 3 with 2 stolen bases in the game against Timberlane. From the stretch, Blanchard delivers, catches the outside corner for strike 1. And you wonder if DiPrizio, you imagine he's quick when he's the leadoff hitter, so he'll lead away from first. We'll see if he's on the move. Blanchard takes a peek over, comes to the set, holds it at the belt, and delivers. This one also catches the outside corner for strike 2.
Yeah, good pitch there, and just can't pull the trigger on that one outside, but still catching the corner.
Gray looks like he might take umbrage with that call. It took a little stroll out of the batter's box. And now he's back in there with an 0-2 count. Blanchard looks in. DiPrizio away from first. Blanchard holds at the belt and delivers. This one is low in the dirt. Nice stop by the catcher, Wizzle, to prevent an advance from DiPrizio over at first base. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And they call them the tools of ignorance, Danny, the catching equipment. You got to be tough to be back there.
Right, yeah.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nothing here in the bottom of the first. This one is bounced towards second. Double play opportunity. Over to second for 1. On to first. Not in time to get the speedy Gray. But DiPrizio is erased 4-6. And Gray is aboard on a fielder's choice.
Gray beating feet down there. He's got some speed there. You might want to watch him at first base as well here now.
Certainly, he holds a couple of track records for Spaulding, so he'll be almost certainly on the move here as Justin Jewell steps in 2 for 4 with 2 stolen bases against Timberlane. With 1 away, nothing in the bottom of the first. Blanchard holds at the belt, now delivers. There goes Gray, pitches a strike. The throw down to second, not in time. Gray with a head-first slide is into second safely with a stolen base.
Yeah, throw is towards the first base side there. He would have beat it anyway.
Yeah, Gray is very fast as he gets in a scoring position for Jewell. And Jewell probably taking all the way there to give Gray an opportunity to steal Danny. So with the 1 out, Jewell's down 0-1. And Gray, you don't see a lot of guys steal third. Gray might be one of those guys that tries it. Here's the 0-1. It is carved foul out of play. Hopefully not towards the WTSN car. I think we just paid that off finally.
Yeah, I think we did too. So
did you make the last payment, or was I in charge of that?
Did you? I thought that was you. Did you pay the insurance?
We'll have to have a meeting about that later.
Okay, it'll be tomorrow.
Here's the 0-2. This one is slapped towards short. That's going to advance Gray over to third. Luopa has it. Fields fires. Not in time.
Wow.
So an infield single for Jewell. He's got some giddy up too. He's a hockey player. He's not on skates. He's on cleat standing, but he's still got speed.
It'd be hard running down to first on skates.
You're not lying. So runners on first and third with 1 out for Lucas Brigham. He was 0 for 3 in the game against Timberlane. He'd like to snap that right here. Fly ball to the outfield, drive in a run. Nothing here in the bottom of the first with 1 away. Brigham bats from the right side. He waits the first one from Blanchard. High and tight for ball 1. Not an overly big crowd here at Bert George Field. People in the bleachers down below us, but not a ton.
Still early in the season, and on the way in, and like I said, it looked like rain, but the sun's peeking out here now. So
Jewell off from first. The pitch is a strike. Jewell slides in. He is safe. Just beat the throw.
Now you got 2 in scoring position here.
Second and third with 1 out. A base hit could score 2, especially with the speedy Gray and Jewell aboard. And the count is 1-1 to Brigham. A ground ball to the right side could score a run because the infield is playing back, conceding that run at third. Here's the 1-1. This one is chopped towards second. This will get a run home. Fielding it is Austin over to first in time for the out, but in the back door comes Alex Gray, and it's 1-0 Spaulding.
All right, the runner advances to third on that play. So
given RBI to Brigham, there's 2 outs, and Danny is correct. Jewell over to third. That brings up Josh Gagney, 1-3 with an RBI against Timberlane. And as is required by law, Danny, he's trying to help his own cause because he's the pitcher.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have to say that. This one is popped up behind second base. The center fielder comes in, and Barassa makes the catch. That retires the side. That one looked like it was going towards the Bermuda Triangle for a second. But center fielder takes command, and the side is retired. So, 1 run on 2 hits, and 1 left on base after 1 inning of play. It's Spaulding 1, Keene 0. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him opening his own clothing store at the age of 18? 1 in 138,000. Excited to be a part of pop culture, he packed for the big city. The odds of finding someone to invest in his vision? 1 in 4.5 million. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. I encourage you to learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
And top of the second inning, Spaulding leads Keene 1-0 here. Due up for the Blackbirds, Alex Parento, Mason Blanchard, and Alex Austin. Matt Delvecchio, if anybody gets on base. Back to work goes Gagne, had a 1-2-3 first inning.
Well, speed helping out Spaulding in that first inning to get a run across there. A couple of stolen bases.
Yeah, speed kills, and a lot of teams still say, you run just to put pressure on the defense. You don't necessarily have to run to steal bases, but Spaulding did there as Parento steps in from the right side. First one is smashed towards center field, but right at Jewell. Takes a couple of steps in and makes the catch. Boy, that was hit right on the button by Parento, but good positioning by Jewell.
Yeah, kid's got some pop, but hit it right at him. Had to move in about 3 steps.
And made the catch, so there's one away, and that brings up Mason Blanchard. All right, Gagne's working quickly, hasn't had to throw a lot of pitches yet. Here's the first one. It is fouled back to the screen for strike one.
Back towards us. I'm glad that screen is there.
Well, it's a nice big screen. I think if there's a foul pop back here, we can make a catch. But, so 1 strike on Blanchard. This one is way inside for ball 1. As far as Blanchard didn't do a Don Baylor there. Lean into that thing, Danny. Although he's pitching, so maybe he doesn't want to try that.
Maybe that's it.
From the windup, Gagne's ready with the 1-1. Inside, but it's carved. It's going to be a gap shot into left center field. Blanchard hits first. Over to get it is Jewell. He's going to turn go to second. The relay throw is in plenty of time to cut down Blanchard.
Yeah, I got him about a step and a half on that one. Almost surprised they sent him there, but...
So 8-6-4. Jewell got to it quickly. The relay to Bellio, who got it over to Poisson, and they cut down Mason Blanchard. So give him a hit, and he is erased. There's no way. And that brings up Alex Austin. As Gagne goes into the windup and delivers. In there for strike 1. Boy, when he hit it, it looked like it was going to be a gapper, but I think the outfield might be so saturated that ball might have died.
Yeah.
It's Blanchard from the windup. Outside for ball 1.
It didn't do a lot once it hit the turf.
Yeah. Looked like if you go golfing early in the season.
Right.
You hit a nice drive down the middle of the fairway, and it goes 230 instead of 250. Here's the 1-1. Curveball is sliced foul, first base side, out of play. That'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, Blanchard didn't stop on his way around first, did he? He was thinking double all the way.
Not at all, right. And maybe he was fooled a little bit, thought that ball was going to roll a little.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Here's the pitch. On the inside corner, called strike 3. And the side is retired. So no runs on 1 hit. And nobody left on base. After 1.5, it's Spaulding 1, Keene nothing. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
And now, a very important message from Colony Auto Company and Body Works, located at 880 Central Avenue in Dover.
You know, it happens. No matter what the season, sometimes driving conditions, well, they're not perfect. Maybe you were going a little too fast, or maybe another driver ran into your vehicle. Accidents do happen that require auto repairs, and that's why you need to know about Colony Auto Company and Body Works of Dover. Colony Auto Company will provide you with a damage estimate, and they will negotiate with your insurance provider to make sure your vehicle is repaired to your satisfaction. For over 30 years, Colony Auto Company has specialized in expert collision repair using only state-of-the-art technology. The friendly staff at Colony can help you through an unpleasant situation. Plus, they'll answer all of your questions. No one wants to have an accident, but they do happen, and it's good to know about Colony Auto Company and Body Works. Collision repairs by caring professionals. That's Colony Auto Company and Body Works, 880 Central Avenue in Dover, where you're always treated with the courtesy and professionalism that you deserve.
And back at Bert George Field, Justin McIsaac, Dan Lunnie. After 1.5, it's 1-0 Spaulding. 2 up for the Red Raiders, Mark Leahy, Mike Bellio, and Trevor Roy. Leahy steps in from the right side, swings it to the first pitch. Puts it out of play along the first base side. That'll be strike 1.
Now, that was over by my car, so I may have to go take a look here in a second.
So you got to pull a veteran move and park not in the line of fire here.
Right.
So no balls and 1 strike to Leahy. He awaits the second one for Blanchard. Curveball bends inside for ball 1.
Boy, that was a close pitch there.
Certainly was. Leahy was 0 for 3 against Timberland, but Coach George says he hit the ball well, just sometimes you hit it right at a guy. I never hit the ball well, so I don't know what that's like. As the 1-1 is high and tight for ball 2. When I play men's league, Danny, the only way I hit a frozen rope is if the earth went into an ice age at the time I was at the plate. 2-1 is fouled back to the screen for strike 2. When you foul back like that, they say you're right on it, so.
Yeah, if it's straight back, you're right on the pitch.
Leahy with a 2-2 count is Mason Blanchard, the sophomore, looks in at Wiesel, gets the sign, goes into the windup, and delivers. A little bit outside for ball 3. Tried the slider, 3-2. And the count runs full. 1-0 Spaulding here, bottom of the second inning. Blanchard with the count full delivers. It is grounded towards short. Luopa has it. Fires on the run. A little bit high, but making a nice catch is Bianco. And Leahy is retired 6-3. So put a star on that one.
First baseman took a jump on that, came down on the bag, luckily, and just in time.
Well, Luopa had to throw on the run because Leahy's got some speed, and the throw was a tad high, but Bianco did a nice job to corral it. That brings up Mike Bellio. Bellio scored the winning run against Timberlane. Here's the first one from Blanchard. It is fouled back, popped up
this way
over the press box for strike 1. And Coach George was telling me in the 8th inning, top of the 8th, which is extra innings for high school, Bellio got on board, stole second, stole third, and then scored on a little nubber back to the pitcher. So that's manufacturing a run. As
they say, small ball.
Yes.
A little small ball.
Bellio takes ball 1 inside, 1-1. Spaulding wearing their red uniforms with Spaulding script across the front. The 1-1 is smashed towards left field. That could be trouble. Way back and off the wall. A fair ball. Bellio hits first. He's around second. Now he's headed towards third. Here comes the throw. It's not in time, and Bellio is on with a triple. Almost pulled a Joe Costigan way back. It was.
Yeah, well, it was close.
That ball had some carry. It bounced off the fence and left field fair by about a foot or two. And Bellio never stopped chugging. He winds up on third with a triple.
Blanchard backing up that play. It went by the third baseman there, so.
Yeah, otherwise, Bellio might have got up and tried to score. That brings up Trevor Roy, 2 for 4 against Timberlane. Takes the first one on the outside corner for strike 1.
Nasty pitch there. Just catching the outside corner.
Yeah, even if you swing at that, you're not doing
anything with it.
That's a pitcher's pitch from Blanchard, who's in trouble here in the second inning. Check swing, and he went around.
Excuse me?
For strike 2, 0-2. Trevor Roy's in a hole. With a duck on the pond. Fly ball will score Bellio easily. Spaulding leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Here's the 0-2. It is grounded towards third. Bellio is off the throw to the plate in plenty of time. And Bellio is out. So
nice heads-up play there, Justin, huh?
Yeah, good. It looked like Bellio, the contact play was on. And the third baseman, Parento, made a nice, strong throw. Had plenty of time to get it into Wiesel. That's what he did. So Bellio is erased 5-2 if you're scoring at home. And Roy's aboard with a fielder's choice. And that brings up Zach Poisson. You can tell Spaulding's going to be aggressive on the base pass. Not the wisest decision in the world, but if the contact play is on, he's off as soon as he hears the crack. First one to Poisson is in there for strike 1. Well, that's a big out for Blanchard, though. Runner on third with 1 out. Now he's got a runner on first with 2 out. I think he'd rather be where he is right now. This one was fouled right back. And Danny and I ducking out of the way, even though there's a fence in front of us.
Flinch.
That's pure reaction, Danny. So it's 0-2 to Poisson. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first. In the bottom of the second, Spaulding up 1-0. Blanchard from the stretch in the dirt. Nice block by Wiesel. Keeps it in front of him, and no advance by Trevor Roy. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Trying to stay away from these right-handed hitters on the outside with that slider.
Trying to make him go fishing, maybe. 1-2. Here it is. It is chopped past the pitcher towards short. Luopa has it. Steps on second, and that retires the side. So, no runs on 1 hit and 1 left on base. After 2 full, it's 1-0 Spaulding. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSNAM1270.com.
On the go? Need energy? Try Aroma Joe's new Wicked Rush Energy Drink. Get more for your money in the 24-ounce freaky flavor-infused Rush Energy Drink. Get the energy you need and make your taste buds launch. Rush. To learn more, follow Aroma Joe's on Facebook or Twitter at Aroma Joe's Coffee. Aroma Joe's Coffee. 17 locations in New Hampshire and southern Maine. To find one near you, visit aromajoes.com. Aroma Joe's. Blast off with a Wicked Rush Energy Drink.
Far from the city, where the Lorax roams free, is the home of the magical truffula trees. In a place you will love, with things you'll adore. It's a magical spot. We call it the forest.
Everyone here needs the trees.
And who are you?
I'm the Lorax, guardian of the forest.
The forest is there for you to explore. So come once to see it, then come back lots more.
I just like hearing you say it.
Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
We're back at Bert George Field. Justin McIsaac, Dan Lunnie. Start of the 3rd inning. It's 1-0 Spaulding here. The clouds have kind of rolled in, but it doesn't look like a threat of rain just yet. 2 up for the Blackbirds. Matt Delvecchio, Patrick Wiesel, and boy, Keene escaping a dangerous situation there in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Absolutely.
Could be 2-0, or Spaulding could still be batting, but nice defensive play by the third baseman, and that's Keene's turn in the top of the 3rd inning, as the first one is bunted down the third base side. Off the mound to get it is Gagne. He fields, fires, not in time, and Delvecchio is aboard with a bunt signal.
Pretty well placed there, too. It took him a while to get to it, and that was the difference on being safe and out at first.
Yeah, well, the grass isn't very long in the infield, but it's kind of moist, so as we saw in the outfield, I think the ball's going to die if you get it down. That brings up Patrick Wiesel, the catcher. Bats from the left side, where's number 22. First one from Gagne is outside and high for ball 1. And Delvecchio inches away from first. Let's see if he's on the move in a 1-0 ball game. Spaulding with the lead.
He just turned 3.
Gagne delivers on the outside corner.
Good. Go over and hit some ball again?
Freaking off-speed pitch there, Danny.
Went out. Oh, you're talking about over the course. Unless you got the Oaks out.
Gagne comes to the set, holds it high, and deals. Swung on a miss for strike 2.
Just the opposite there, gave the fastball.
Well, upset the timing of Wiesel. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. 1-0 Spaulding in the top of the 3rd. The runner on first is Matt Delvecchio. Here's the 1-2. It is inside and carved foul along the third base side. That one, I don't think, quite made the track over by the football field.
Gave another fastball there inside. Those of a change-up hero come out of his shoes.
Could be sitting red. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Delvecchio at first. Wiesel at the plate. Gagne comes to the set and delivers. There goes the runner. This one is lifted into center field. Jewell over to his right on his horse. He's not going to get it. Over to third, and making the turn is Delvecchio. Into second with a double, and the relay is bobbled, so Delvecchio is going to score all the way from first base. It's an RBI double for Patrick Wiesel. And it's 1-1.
Good heads-up base running there. He saw that with a little bobble there and kept right on going.
And so Delvecchio comes around to score, makes it 1-1. Still nobody out for Trevor Barassa, the center fielder, batting from the right side. As Wiesel leads away from second. Gagne from the stretch delivers. In there for strike 1. Well, the ball's carrying well here, Jenny. Not a whole lot of wind to speak of. But
yeah, it really is. If there's any wind, it's blowing in.
Yeah. So Gagne gets the sign he wants, holds the high set, and delivers. Fouled off the catcher's mitt for strike 2, 0-2. And Alex Gray, the catcher. You don't normally see the fastest guy on the team being the catcher, Danny. So.
I know when I was catching, I wasn't the fastest. Still not.
That's fair to say. So no balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Gagne from the set delivers. Swung on a miss for strike 3.
Good pitch. Took him upstairs on alley, chased.
Uno dos adios. One away for Nick Hume. Struck out swinging his first time up. RBI opportunity, trying to give his Blackbirds the lead. It's 1-1 here in the top of the third. As Josh Gagne comes to the set and delivers. Breaking ball in the dirt for ball one. And it's 1-0.
Gagne changing his speeds well here, actually.
Mixing it up. Keep the hitters off balance. Wiesel leads away from second. Here's the 1-0. This is the outside corner for ball two, 2-0. I'm not sure if that was a slider or a fastball. It looked like it had a little break to it, but in any event, it's a ball. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, 1-1 here in the top of the third. Gagne delivers. A little low for ball 3, 3-0. So waiting on deck is Steve Bianco, who hit the ball well in the first inning, but right at Justin Jewell. As Gagne takes a step off the mound, tugs at his cap. Now he's back up there. Looking in at Alex Gray, gets the sign he wants, comes to the set, and delivers. In there for strike one. Gray fakes a throw down to second. And it looked like Hume was taking all the way there. Three balls and 1 strike with 1 out. Runner on second. Nick Hume at the plate. And Gagne delivers from the stretch. 1 out of this for strike 2. And the count runs full.
Come on, Josh.
But Gagne got down 3-0. Has battled back to even the count. Or make the count full. I guess it's not even. For all intents and purposes, though, Danny, it is. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here it is. Low for ball 4.
Well, he does walk him. But he got him back 3-2. He's going upstairs, downstairs there. He just couldn't get him to chase on him.
It's like a...
upstairs, downstairs. Yeah.
I was going to say, it's like a...
Is that an English TV?
A PBS thing.
Yeah.
So runners on first and second now. That brings up Steve Bianco. Lined out to center in the first inning. 1 away. As Gagne taking a little more time here with runners on base. Holds the set high. And delivers. Sort of fouled right back to the screen for strike 1. Bianco was all over that one. Just missed. Lucas Luopo awaits on deck. As Gagne gets the sign, kicks and delivers. Curveball cut on a miss for strike 2.
Big rip on that one.
He could have swung twice at that. He swung so early.
It's all right. I can't hit the curveball either.
So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Gagne holds the set and delivers. Curveball is taken towards short. Belly over to second for 1. On to first. Not time. The throw bounced away from Leahy.
Well, he would have had him if he could have hung on to that. Just a bit in the dirt.
So over to third goes Wiesel, but there's 2 away. Hume is erased 6-4. And Bianco's aboard with well, you can't assume the double play, so you give him an infield signal for that. So 2 away for Lucas Luopa. Bounce back to the pitcher in the first inning. Runners on first and third. Just once in my life, I'd like to assume the double play. You know that, Danny? They say don't
ever assume that. Yeah.
I'd like to.
You know what? If you really want to, go ahead.
It's on my bucket list.
All right. Okay.
To assume the double play. So Luopa took a healthy cut at the first one, fouled it back for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Gagne from the stretch delivers. It's taken back up the box for a base hit. In from third comes Wiesel, and it's 2-1 Keene.
And you have to say this on that kind of hit. That was a seeing eye single.
Yes,
up the middle.
That found a hole, sir. So the inning continues for Keene, and given RBI to Luopa. And he stands on first. On second is Bianco. And that brings up Alex Parento, who kept this a 1-0 game in the bottom of the second with that nice throw to home. Parento's got a duck on the pond with 2 outs. And Gagne, who've been cruising up till his first inning, delivers. Curveball bounces in there for ball 1.
Even worse.
So 1 ball, no strikes. Gagne trying to get out of this inning with just the 2 runs allowed. He holds the set high and delivers. In there for strike 1, catches the outside corner. That outside corner's been there for both pitchers.
It has. And they haven't been shying away from it either.
So 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. 2-1 Keene here in the top of the third. And Parento asks for time and is granted it. Gagne took a little too much time for Parento's liking. I wonder if he's related to Mark Parento. He used to be on PCN back in the day.
I thought the same thing.
Probably not, but you never know. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Gagne delivers. Cut on a miss for strike 2. Healthy cut.
Yeah, good cut. He had none of it.
It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gagne trying to limit the damage here. Keene with 2 runs in the top of the third. Runners on first and second. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gagne holds the set high and delivers. Curveball is fouled off towards the rec center parking lot, and Parento stays alive. Tough pitch. Really all he could do with it was foul it off. That was over towards your car as well, Dan.
Again, yeah. I still haven't looked. Maybe I shouldn't,
Maybe it's just that you go out and there's, you got 3 souvenirs in your windshield. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here it is. It is fouled back again. towards Danny's car.
Okay.
I'd be getting nervous.
I have to look between innings. I'm sorry.
So Parento's handing out souvenirs all over the place here. Staying alive, though, with 2 outs. This is been the most laborious inning for young Mr. Josh Gagne here. He looks in at Alex Gray, gets the sign he wants, holds the set high, and delivers on 1 and 2. Curveball is taken towards second. Over to short goes Poisson, gets the out, and the side is retired. But for Keene, the damage done. 2 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits after 3.5. It's 2-1 Keene. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM 1270.com.
Wow, yeah, since the storm, it's been crazy busy for us. We got all kinds of office desks coming in. Here's a fancy one right here. It's missing a leg, but that's all right. Whatever. Washers and dryers from a laundromat. Oh, wow, and check this out. Another deep fryer. And I'm not sure what this doohickey is. Yeah, most businesses weren't ready for a storm like that, But our work's really piling up here at Roberts & Son Salvage.
What will become of your business after a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now, before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
And we're back here at Bert George Field. Matt Daly refusing to play bump music. He says it's not in his contract. He doesn't have to do it, but we're back.
Yeah, what's up with that? Should I hum next time?
It's 2-1 Keene in the bottom of the third inning as due up for the Red Raiders here. Top of the order, DePrizio, Gray, and Justin Jewell. DePrizio awaits the first one from Blanchard. Smashes towards third off the glove of the third baseman. Parento fires, and in time, that was a hot shot. And went off the glove of Parento, but he was able to recover and get the out.
Good arm there. A little bit of high throw, but boy, right there.
He's looking to see if his wrist was... Actually, he's going to throw his glove over to the bench. That might have gone through the webbing.
You know what? I think it did.
Yeah, he's going to get a new piece of leather. So that tells you how hard DePrizio hit the ball. I tell you what, no wonder he didn't catch the thing on the fly. Well, before the game, Pareto asked me to say his name in a positive light. I'll tell you this. I would have olayed that thing like it was like it was a toro in Mexico. So
hot potato.
Better him than me. So one away in the bottom of the third. And Alex Gray steps in. He chops this one foul. Went off the... went foul in the batter's box and rolled out into play. But a foul ball for strike one. In the first inning, Gray reached on a fielder's choice, stole second, came around to score on the RBI, or actually stole second and then reached third on a single from Jewell, and then scored on the ground out from Brigham. So technically he's 0 for 1 on the day with a run scored. He's down 0-1 to Mason Blanchard. Here's the 0-1, squares to butt, pulls it back, takes a ball one, and it counts even at 1-1. When's the last time you saw a ball go through somebody's glove like that, Danny?
You know what? I had that happen to me one time.
Did
Yeah.
Did you?
In Babe Ruth League. Yeah, it was an old catcher's mitt. Yeah.
Did anybody believe you? Did you have to show them?
No, they saw it. Yeah, it was right in front of them. So
1-1 is high and tight for ball two. 2-1.
Quick relacing, and we were back in action.
I think I saw that happen to David Ortiz, didn't it?
It did.
In an interleague game?
Yeah.
At first base. 2 balls and 1 strike, 1 out to Gray. Here it is. Outside for ball 3, 3-1. Boy, this is one guy. You don't want to walk anybody, but this is a guy you really don't want to walk.
Yeah.
Because if you walk him, it's a double. It's like it used to be with Ricky Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 balls, 1 strike. Blanchard into the windup and delivers. This one is lifted, pop-up behind second base. Austin is out to get it. He makes the catch snow cone style. Charging in was Del Vecchio, but Austin makes the catch. And there's 2 away. Boy, that was almost a collision. I don't know if Austin just didn't hear Del Vecchio or if he just was locked into the baseball or what, but they almost collided. And 2 outs for Justin Jewell. Jewell singled in the first, stole second, went to third on the ground out from Brigham, and that's where he was stranded. First one, a little low for ball 1.
Definitely keeping that ball down here lately.
That's what you want to do. Bottom of the third, it's 2-1 Keene. Here's the 1-0. This one is taken behind, a little flare, gets over the shortstop's head for a base hit.
Boy, right off the end of the bat, and if it was a little colder out, that one would have stung a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe it did anyway.
I was going to say, probably didn't feel good as it was, but Jewell's aboard with a 2-out single. And that brings up Lucas Brigham. He grounded out to second, but that drove in Gray in the first inning. He's got the lone Spaulding RBI. 2-1 Keene here in the bottom of the third. As Jewell leads away from first. Here's the pitch. It's a little bit of a pitch out. Jewell on his way to second. No throw as the second baseman Austin was late covering, so a stolen base for Jewell. And he's in scoring position with 2 away. Second stolen base on the afternoon for Jewell.
And no chance to get him there either.
Well,
even with the pitch out.
He was a bit of a pitch out, and the second baseman Whistle just put it in his back pocket there. Maybe the best thing to do. Here's the pitch in there for strike 1, 1-1. RBI opportunity for Lucas Brigham with 2 outs. Keene leading 2-1 in the bottom of the third. 1 ball, 1 strike, pickoff play, and nobody covering, so no throw from Blanchard. Diving back just in case was Justin Jewell. I always used to dive any opportunity in Little League, Danny, just to get my uniform.
Uniform dirty, yeah.
1-1 is way outside, but a check swing he went around does Brigham. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-1 Keene in the bottom of the third inning. Here's the pitch. Cut on a miss for strike 3.
Got him.
And the side is retired. So no runs on 1 hit and 1 left on base after 3 full. It's 2-1 Keene. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM 1270.com.
Wentworth Douglas Hospital, the Seacoast leading medical center, is always doing more. The Seacoast Cancer Center, Trauma Center, Sleep Disorder Center, the Birth Center, the Center for Pain Management, Stroke Care, and Cardiovascular Services. All of these, along with the combination of skilled staffing and state-of-the-art diagnostic and imaging capabilities, are part of what makes Wentworth Douglas Hospital the Seacoast leading medical center.
Hi, this is Mike Pomp, host of the WTSN Morning Information Center, heard weekdays from 5:30 to 9. And all this week, your chance to open up the box office, get some movie tickets from our friends at Barnsley's Barrington Cinema 6 on Route 125 in Barrington. A lot of fun, a lot of information. Join me, Angela Anderson, in the newsroom. Local scores with Justin McIsaac and the accurate weather forecast with our morning meteorologist, Elliot Abrams. I think it's a great way to start your Seacoast morning. Join us, the WTSN Morning Information Center, heard weekdays 5:30 to 9 on WTSN.
Now we're back at Bert George Field. Justin McIsaac, Dan Lunnie. Keene leading Spaulding 2-1 after 3 full here for Bert George Field.
Sun is again peaked behind the clouds, Justin.
Yeah, it's it doesn't look like a threat of rain. It looks like we're going to get this one in. And by the way, Spaulding was scheduled to play at Londonderry on Friday. That game has been moved to Thursday in anticipation of the just terrible weather.
Friday's not going to be nice at all. Let's put it that way.
No, it will not be the cure was. But so if you're planning on going to Londonderry for that game, you're going to go Thursday instead. So just FYI. Mason Blanchard steps in. And he takes the first one from Gagne inside for ball 1. Blanchard in the second inning hit a single to center, but was cut down trying to extend that into a double. 8-6 to 4. So he takes the 1-0. Cut on a miss for strike 1. Got tied up in knots there, David.
Yeah, I brought him upstairs on that one.
Gagne is ready 1 from the windup. Way inside for ball 2. 2-1. Well, you saw this in the first at bat, Dan. He's definitely trying to work Blanchard inside.
Inside, right. Must have some kind of scouting going on.
Well, you can't do a ton of scouting in high school. There must be, I don't know if there's a spray chart or if there's a cold zone on Blanchard, but here's the 2-1 from the windup. This one is lifted foul. It's going to make not the seats, but there were seats where they'd be, the batting cages here at George Field. So that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's funny, when I did games last year at the Fisher Cat Stadium, I was used to not saying makes the seats, and then I had to readjust because there would be seats.
Would be seats there, right.
I say that'll make the seats. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. 2-1 Keene to the top of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Curveball is bounced towards third. Over to get it. Through the wickets it goes of Brigham, and reaching is Blanchard. That will be an E5. We talked about it in the pregame, Danny. Both teams had to work on defense. That's really the first error we've seen today.
Yeah, it's clean up until now. And that one did take kind of a funny hop off of the lip of the infield grass when he took his eye off it for just a second, and that's all it takes.
So score that an E5. I know you're all keeping score at home. Blanchard is aboard. And that brings up Alex Austin. He struck out looking his first time up. From the stretch, squares to bunt, lays down a nice one right in front of the catcher. Gray's out to field. It fires to first, little high, and bringing the first baseman Leahy off the bag. It would have been bang anyway. The throw was a touch high, and runners on first and second with nobody out for Keene.
Well, that was a close play, but a really good bunt. You got to give him credit there. That ball just died right in front of the plate.
Yep. And I'm going to give Austin a signal on that one. He might have beat it out anyway, but really tough chance for Alex Gray. But runners on first and second with nobody out, and that's going to bring up Matt Delvecchio. Delvecchio singled to lead off the third, came around to score. Scored all the way from first on the Patrick Wizzle double, and you wonder if he'll be squaring around to bunt here, Danny, with nobody out. Had a long conversation with Coach Dan Moylan.
Third baseman comes in on this one.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
Brigham's about even with the bag, maybe a step closer. Gagne delivers.
And there it is.
Popped up. Gray's trying to find it. He squeezes it for the first out.
That's exactly what you don't want to do on a bunt play like that, is pop it up. But that's exactly what happened.
And it wasn't very high, so Gray to get the mask off, locate it, and catch it all within 2 Mississippis. He did a great job there. So 1 away for Patrick Wiesel. He doubled in the 3rd inning. That brought Delvecchio home. He also came around to score on the Lucas Luopa 2-out single. And he steps in from the right side. First one is fouled right back to the screen. Goes off the screen and almost into Alex Ray's mitt. I don't know if that would have counted as an out, Danny. I don't think so.
I don't think so, no. I don't think they count that.
I think it should. I mean, if you can catch it off the rebound like that. Or at least give him another strike. So 0-1. Let's talk with the rules committee about that. 2-1 Keene here in the top of the 4th. 1 away. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Here's the pitch from Gagne. It's a curveball lifted into center field. Actually, it's not even going to make it that far. Charging in from left, but out to make the catch. The shortstop Bellio grabs it. I think the wind played havoc with that one, but in any event, there's 2 away. Jewell looked like he had it lined up. Then it got pushed over to left field, and charging was DePrizio, but Bellio eventually, about 5 steps in the outfield grass, made the catch.
Well, I was fooled. I thought that ball was going to go farther than it did.
So it looks like we have a pinch hitter here as Robinson will bat for Trevor Barassa with 2 away. Let me write that down. This is the top of the 4th here. We'll see if he stays in. You can pinch hit and then have a defensive player re-enter in high school baseball in New Hampshire, so it doesn't mean Robinson's going to stay in the game, but he bats from the right side. Where's number 10? Has 2 men on with 2 out in the top of the 4th. Keene leading 2-1. Gagne from the set delivers high and outside for ball 1. Trevor Barassa struck out in the 3rd inning. Struck out swinging, so now it's Neil Robinson with an opportunity. Gagne holds the set high and delivers. This one is chopped towards 3rd. Going to go roll foul for strike 2. For strike 1.
Robinson strikes me as he looks like he's got some pop in his bat, doesn't he? Yeah?
Yes. He's got those Jason Varitek quads going.
Yeah, right.
Counts 1-1 with 2 away. Blanchard on 2nd, Austin on 1st. Gagne on the hill holds the set high and deals. Curveball in there for strike 2.
Good pitch. Nasty curveball that time.
What flavor was that lollipop? It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Gagne trying to pitch his way out of trouble. 2 men on with nobody out. Now there's 2 away. Here's the 1-2. Outside for ball 2. And that evens the count. Trying to get Robinson to go fishing there.
Another good fastball. Just missed the outside corner that time.
Runners on 2nd and 1st. 2 outs. 2-1 Keene. Top of the 4th inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gagne from the set. Delivers. It is smashed, a foul ball, just foul. As that would have scored 2 runs with the runners off of the pitch. But just a couple of feet foul on the 3rd base line. And we'll do it again at 2-2.
Gagne doing a real good job this inning. The way they're at.
Come on. And he'll face Robinson again with a 2-2 pitch. 2 on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. Foul tipped into the mitt for strike 3. So nice job by Josh Gagne. As 2 runners got on, but nobody came home. No runs on 1 hit with 2 left on base. After 3.5, it's 2-1 Keene. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
Okay. So can someone explain to me why anyone would want a boat? My neighbors have one, and I just don't see the point. All you do is go around in circles and wave at the other boat owners. Ahoy there. Tally-ho. I mean, I don't wave at strangers when I'm driving my car. I guess it's just a boat thing, whatever. If you ask me, human beings aren't meant to be on boats in the first place. We're land creatures. Better to keep your feet planted on solid ground, I say. Otherwise, you're just asking for trouble. And yet, They do seem happy, and they do spend a lot of time together. Even their kids.
There are people who don't understand the way you live. There's an insurance company that does. Safeco Insurance for auto, home, boat, and more. Coverage by Safeco Insurance Company of American affiliates, Seattle, Washington. Safeco Insurance. Do more.
Contact Cross Insurance, your local Safeco agent, 475 High Street, Somersworth. That's Cross Insurance, 742-2552 for all your personal insurance needs.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Spaulding trails Keene 2-1. 2-up for the Red Raiders. Josh Gagne, Mark Leahy, and Michael Bellio. Trevor Roy would bat if anybody gets on base. Roy Gagne did a great job in that top of the fourth, Danny.
Absolutely. Got into a little bit of a jam there and then pitched his way back out. Good stuff.
So Gagne flew out to center his first time up to end the first. Here's the first one from Mason Blanchard. Catches the outside corner for strike one. Might have been that slider we were told about. So no balls and one strike. Blanchard into the windup and delivers. Catches the inside corner for strike two.
That was just a knee buckler right there.
And Gagne disagrees with the
Yeah, he
call.
disagrees with that, but
You
still.
gotta watch your body language though, because you're out on the hill.
That's right.
You want that call if you're the pitcher. 0-2 is chopped towards third. A slow roller. Parento fields, fires on the run. On one hop, not in time.
Well, I thought he had him. Guess not.
It was a nice play by Bianco, but apparently he must have been juggling it, or Gagne beat the throw. Either way.
Bang play, yeah.
Gagne's aboard. We'll give him a base hit just because we like the kid.
Sure.
So, one on, nobody out for Mark Leahy. Leahy grounded out to short. It was a nice play by the first baseman Bianco back in the first inning, or the second inning. As Gagne leads away from first, Blanchard comes to the set and delivers. This one is lifted towards left center. The fielders are converging. It's Huell that takes command and makes the catch. And there's one away. So
tough sky now for that kind of a...
I think they call it a globe.
Yeah, right.
So one away for Mike Bellio. Bellio hit a triple his first time up, was stranded there, tried to score on a chopper and was cut down at the plate. He waits the first one for Mason Blanchard. In the dirt for ball one. Nice stop by Wizzle. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Bellio, a part of that Spaulding basketball team, got to the Final Four for the second straight year, as the second one is cut on miss for strike one. Bellio also wide receiver for the football team, so a 3-sport athlete. You don't see a lot of that nowadays. Coaches tend to want you to focus on one sport, but not really the case here at Spaulding. The 1-1 is high for 1. And really, if you talk to experts, they say it's better to play different sports, especially for a high school kid. You're still growing. You exercise different muscles when you're doing the different sports. 2-1 to Bellio, chops it towards the Parento, has it over to second, and it gets by the second baseman. Everybody's safe. A low throw from Parento, and Gagne is in there.
Yeah, I thought they would have had him on that one, but it went through. Luckily, not too far. Luckily for Keene.
So call that a fielder's choice. Bellio reaches, and an error on the third baseman, Parento. So runners on first and second with 1 away for Trevor Roy. Roy reached on a fielder's choice and then was erased 6 unassisted to end the third inning. This one is slapped towards the hole between second and first. Second baseman looks at second, instead goes to first and gets the out. Austin took a look over.
Yeah, nothing doing there. So we went to first, but now you got
second
two in scoring position. So
second and third with 2 outs for Zach Poisson. As Gagne went over to third, Bellio over to second on the play. Poisson reached on a fielder's choice, actually forced out Roy to end the third inning. He waits the first one from Blanchard. He smacks it towards left field. That is going to drop for a base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes Bellio with a second run, and Spaulding takes a 3-2 lead.
Nice piece of hitting there, and Zach holds up at first base, but gets 2 in on that nice little base knock there. Boy, that was a nice piece of hitting, huh?
2-out hits will get you to heaven. That's what they say.
Yep.
He plates 2. Spaulding with a 3-2 lead now here in the bottom of the 4th, and still batting. Turns the lineup over for Anthony DiPrizio. DiPrizio singled in the first inning, grounded out to third in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. It is back up the box for a base hit. So Spaulding with some 2-out thunder here. Keeps the inning alive. Runners on first and second now. And
Zahn holds up at second there, yeah.
That'll bring up Alex Gray. Gray reached on a fielder's choice in the first, came around to score, and then popped out to second in the 3rd. And we're going to get time called here by Dan Moylan. He's going to go out and have a conversation with his pitcher, Mason Blanchard. As now 3-2 Spaulding, as our scoreboard operators have vacated the premises.
They have, yeah. We had 3 of them here for a little while.
I'm tempted to go over them. Well, they've got the inning wrong on the board there. And now they've got the score 2.
Well, they're just looking into the future.
That's right. They've got it as the 5th inning, and they've got a 2-1 with 1 out. It's actually 3-2. Spaulding with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. This is why it pays to listen to the game while you're at the game.
That's right.
Especially these high school games.
Yeah, if you come, bring your little transistor radio or your whatever, or listen on your iPhone.
Listen on your iPhone.
Yeah.
You'd be a little bit behind on the iPhone, but still, you know the score. So the conversation is over, and it looks like Blanchard's going to stay in as pitcher. Probably trying to calm the sophomore down, Danny.
Well, he's looked pretty good. I haven't really seen any nerves out of him. Like we said at the beginning of the game, there may be some nerves there, but...
Well, I mean, that'll rattle you, give up a couple of 2-out base hits.
Right, yeah, all that coming with 2 outs.
Giving up the lead here, so in steps Gray. Gray smashing, foul on the first baseline. Oh, he turned on that one.
He was all over that.
And first base coach Bobby G had to get out of the way. He used to play softball with Bob. And that's how we got the name Bloody Bobby. So no balls and 1 strike to Alex Gray. Here it is. A little outside. Snap throw down to first. The first baseman was not covering. And he throws down to second, and nothing going there. That was a circus going on over there. So Wizzle threw down to first, but Bianco was not holding the runner on first, DiPrizio, on. Luckily, it bounced on a hop to Bianco. He threw over to Austin to try and catch Zach Poisson napping, but nothing doing. Here's a pitch to Gray. Nubs it off his foot. Foul ball. Emphatically said by the home plate umpire, but that's,
That's an ouchie. You're going to shake that one off.
Yeah.
Taking some little high steps there out of the batter's box now.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Alex Gray with a broken foot is faster than me, 100%.
You know what?
Faster than if we ran a relay race, Danny, he'd still beat us with a broken foot. So 1-2 with 2 outs.
I'd run the stopwatch for you.
For Alex Gray with 2 on. Here it is. Just outside for ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Spaulding with 2 runs in. They lead 3-2. Blanchard from the set delivers. Lifted towards right field. Back goes Del Vecchio. He turns and makes the catch to retire the side. Got turned around a little bit there, but came away with it, and the inning is over. But Spaulding gets 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave 2 men on base after 4 full. It's 3-2 Red Raiders. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
Do you own the perfect area rug?
Isn't it beautiful?
Maybe it's an oriental rug, or perhaps a hand-woven one, but now it needs cleaning.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't do it. No, that's ridiculous.
No matter how it got dirty, your most precious rug needs the most trusted name in professional carpet cleaning, Four Seasons Janitorial. Since 1975, Four Seasons Janitorial has been providing customized maintenance and janitorial services to the Seacoast, office buildings, schools, financial institutes, and more. And these professional services include area rugs with free pickup and delivery in the Tri-County for all area rugs. So, no matter how your home or business got dirty,
I think it was Julie.
I did not do it.
Four Season Janitorial will do it. Professional area rug cleaning with free pickup and delivery in the Tri-County region. Call 800-649-0443. 800-649-0443 for Four Seasons Janitorial, the Seacoast's most trusted cleaning service.
Top of the fifth inning here at Bert George Field as it gets late in high school baseball early with just 7 innings of play. Spaulding with a 3-2 lead. Top of the order, due up for the Keene Blackbirds, Nick Hume, Steve Bianco, and Lucas Luopa. Alex Parento, if anybody gets on base. So Spaulding went down 2-1 after 3. Grabbed 2 in the bottom of the fourth to take the 3-2 lead. And Danny, between innings, I managed to fix the scoreboard here. I mean,
you did, but now we have help. So so this is good because I was staring at it. It looks like Latin to me. I'm not sure.
Right.
Yeah, it's an electronic device, and I'm not good with those at all.
Well, you're in radio.
Yeah.
You're not good with electronic devices?
No.
You work with that's all you work with.
Yeah, but I work with one thing at a time. See, it's not 2 or 3.
That's fair.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, that's fair. All right, so in steps Nick Hume. He's 0 for 1 officially. He struck out in the first, walked in the third. First one for Gagne. Catches the inside corner for strike 1.
Wow, nasty pitch there. And even if you swung at that.
Well, see, that's the one Gagne disagreed with when he was at the plate, and he just got the call. So maybe you should say sorry to the home plate umpire. On the windup, the 0-1 outside.
Just a bit, too.
1-1, and Hume wanted to pull the trigger on that. He held up. So 1-1. Spaulding leading 3-2 here, top of the fifth. Nobody out for Nick Hume. Here's the pitch. Cut on a miss for strike 2. So a couple of sophomores doing battle on the hill here. As Josh Gagne for Spaulding has pitched well through 4 innings. He's working in the fifth here. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hume. Slap towards first. Leahy gloves it on a tough hop and steps on first for the out.
Yeah, that was a tough hop, and he stayed with it, though.
Well, it wasn't moving quick. But
no, that infield is kind of slow, but it hit a chunk of something.
It was on the ground, and then it hopped right up. So Leahy touched first for the first out of the inning. That brings up Steve Bianco, flew out to center, and then signaled in the third. From the windup, Gagne delivers. It is fouled off the plate for strike 1. Foul bounced off the plate into Alex Ray's head.
He barehanded that ball.
He came up ready to fire to first, just in case. But unnecessary. 3-2 Spaulding in the top of the fifth inning. Here's the 0-1 in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1. Not a bad day for a game here at Bert George Field. The sun has been playing peekaboo. It's behind the clouds now, but it's not unpleasant out there. Maybe sweatshirt weather.
That's exactly right. Sweater, sweatshirt.
1-1 is in there for strike 2. 1-2. And the crowd's gotten bigger as the afternoon's gone along. It's good to see.
Well, people getting out of work now and stopping by the game.
Oh, you're glad you could join us if you're listening. It's a 1-2 count, and the curveball's in there for strike 3.
Nasty curveball, and he knew it, too. No argument there.
Frozen pizza for Steve Bianco. And there's 2 away for Lucas Luopa. Luopa grounded out to the pitcher in the first. Drove in Patrick Wiesel in the third for Keene's second run. So he's 1 for 2 on the day. He bats with 2 outs. Gagne from the windup. This one's low for ball 1. The first time my wife, Renee, came to watch me play old guy baseball, Danny, my first at bat, I got the count at 2-2, and a guy threw a curveball just like Gagne just threw. This one is chopped towards third. Fielded by Brigham, fires over to first in time. The story will have to wait because the inning is over. So no runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. After 4.5, it's Spaulding 3, Keene 2. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM 1270.com.
On the go? Need energy? Try Aroma Joe's new Wicked Rush Energy Drink. Get more for your money in the 24-ounce freaky flavor-infused Rush Energy Drink. Get the energy you need and make your taste buds launch. Rush. To learn more, follow Aroma Joe's on Facebook or Twitter at Aroma Joe's Coffee. Aroma Joe's Coffee. 17 locations in New Hampshire and southern Maine. To find one near you, visit aromajoes.com. Aroma Joe's. Blast off with a Wicked Rush Energy Drink.
Fox Sports Radio on WTSN, where we analyze.
I'm a man who just tries to make sense of things.
Scrutinize.
If you can't get momentum going here, you'll never get it again.
Examine. Nice. That's not a word.
Uh-oh. What goes up?
We build them up just so we can knock them down. While shouting at the top of our lungs.
I'm as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore. Make a man, make a man.
Come on, that's all you got?
Fox Sports Radio on WTSN.
What's the matter with this thing?
And we're back at Bert George Field, bottom of the 5th. As due up for the Red Raiders, they have a 3-2 lead on Keene. Justin Jewell, Lucas Brigham, and Josh Gagney. Mark Leahy, if anybody gets on. As Jewell steps in for the left side, he's 2 for 2 on the day, 2 singles and 2 stolen bases. He awaits the first one from Mason Blanchard. This one's lifted towards the left. It's foul, out of play. And still balls on 1 strike.
First one that hasn't been towards my car.
That's right. Yeah. Got to give a shout out to Pete DePrizio, who's up here. He listens to the Morning Information Center every day on WTS.
Pete says you listen every day, Pete, right? He never misses.
All right, well, my condolences. This one is chopped towards a foul ball off the foot of Jewell.
Again.
Well, that umpire lets you know.
Yeah.
We're on the upstand base.
There's no doubt.
But that's, that's important because you don't want anybody, charging and hurting themselves on a foul ball like that. But no balls and 2 strikes to Jewell. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th, 3-2 Spaulding. Blanchard gets the side from Wiesel into the windup and delivers. Lifted towards right center. In comes Del Vecchio. He makes the catch on the run, and there's one away. And don't forget, 6:30 tonight on WTSN, the Yankees and the Indians will go at it. John and Susan.
Who's pitching tonight, do you know?
It is Ivan Nova for the Yankees and to be announced for the Indians, which is never good.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that guy stinks.
That can't be good.
To be announced, he stinks.
Yeah, I don't like him.
So one away for Brigham. And he smashes the first one just foul. Oh, goodness gracious.
Wow. Thought I hit the bag for a second.
It bounced about 3 inches to the left of the third base bag. Otherwise, he's still running right now. But strike one. He turned on that pitch from Mason Blanchard. So no balls and 1 strike. This one is chopped towards third. Much slower. Charging in is Parento. Fields fires in time to get the out.
Boy, good play on that slow infield there, too.
Yeah, Parento had to get on his horse to get to that one. But he made a nice strong throw and a good stretch from Bianco, and there's 2 away for Josh Gagney. Gagney flew out to center, singled and came around to score in the 4th. Well, Brigham, he almost cost Parento a second. If Parento had to make a play on that other one, he would have lost a second glove there. The ball was hit so hard, but that's how it goes sometimes. This one is chopped towards third. Parento.
Let's do it again.
On a tough hop, strong throw in time. Good inning for Parento and a good inning for Mason Blanchard. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. After 5 is 3-2 Spaulding. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
People think saving money is hard, but really, it's easy. It's as simple as changing a few spending habits. For free tips on how to save the easy way, check out feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is WTSN's Mike Palm inviting you to join me for the longest-running talk show here in the Seacoast area. It's WTSN's Open Mic, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock. Your phone calls energize the show. Listen for Open Mic weekdays on WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
Green light. Hey, girl.
School zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin' Street? Girlin' Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Top of the sixth inning here at Bert George Field. Spaulding clinging to a 3-2 lead. As due up for the Blackbirds, Alex Parento will lead it off. Mason Blanchard, then Alex Austin, Matt Del Vecchio, if anybody gets on base. How many times do you see it, Danny?
Guy makes a good play in the field, and there he is.
Leads off the inning.
He actually made two right in a row there.
Just like old Abner drew it up. So Parento will lead things off. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Flew out to center and then reached on a fielder's choice. And back to work goes Josh Gagne. Pitched a great ball game so far. And the first one from Gagne, low and inside for ball 1. Through 5 innings of work, Gagne's allowed 2 runs on 6 hits. So not a bad start for the sophomore. But he'd like to finish this thing off. Here's the 1-0 from the windup. Little outside for ball 2, 2-0.
Trying to stay away from Parento there.
Well, he's a big dude. Parento,
yeah, he can hit.
He's solid. You want to stay out of his power zone.
Staying out of the wheelhouse.
That's right. 2 balls and no strikes. The right-handed sophomore delivers. This one is smashed towards right field. This might get over the head of Roy. It'll bounce and roll all the way to the fence. Parento hits first on his way to second. He is going to hold up there with a stand-up double to lead off the 6th inning.
Well, he can go to the opposite field too. That we just found out. Yeah?
Good power to the opposite field. Yeah. So runner in scoring position with nobody out, and that'll bring up Mason Blanchard. Blanchard singled and was thrown out trying to stretch that single into a double, and actually it looks like.
You're hanging tough over there.
No, it is okay. I saw Alex Austin walking towards the plate. I was like, what's going on here? But it is Blanchard that's up. And we'll see if he's bunting in this situation, Danny, with nobody out. Third baseman Brigham is about a step behind the bag. No square from Blanchard, and it's outside for ball 1.
Gagne didn't like that call.
Well, Gagne, he's as a sophomore, I'm sure Paul George will have a conversation with him. You gotta pull it back a little on the body language. The umpires remember that stuff. Here's the 1-0. On the outside corner for strike 1.
He got that one. That was a good pitch.
He got out the little paintbrush that time.
The little one, yeah. Instead of the house brush.
Yeah, not the roller, the fine paintbrush. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner on second with nobody out. Top of the 6th inning. Spaulding leads 3-2. Here it is. Bounced in the dirt. Nice stop by Gray. No advance from Parento. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. For a couple of teams that were worried about their defense, we've seen some good defense play today, Dave.
We really have. I was going to say it hasn't been, when you get like that, you're afraid of a sloppy game, but it really hasn't been.
So 2-1. Here it is. Smash towards second. This will advance the runner as Poisson grabs it, throws it. It gets away from the first baseman Leahy. It rolls all the way to the fence and in to score comes Parento. And it looks like I put the whammy on the Spaulding.
Yeah, I think we spoke too soon there, but.
So an unearned run. Gotta put that error on Leahy. And over to second goes Blanchard. So tie ball game at 3. Still nobody out and a runner on second base. I'm going to take responsibility for that. I said they were playing well defensively, and then that happened.
Uh-huh.
So
see what happens?
I apologize.
Good thing it's not a no-hitter.
So that brings up Alex Austin. He lays down a drag bunt over towards third, fielded by Brigham, fires. Not in time.
Oh, boy.
Austin just plain old beat it out, and over to third goes Blanchard. That's a bunt base hit for Austin. And Paul George is out to...
He wants to know if he came off the bag or not.
And the crowd here below us seems to think he was out. So that puts runners on first and third with nobody out for Mount Del Vecchio. And Paul George might be thinking about making a change here. He's going to go out. He got all the way back to the dugout and then turned around and came to talk to his pitcher. And he's going to bring the whole infield in to have a conversation. Gagney's pitched well here. He's had some...
Absolutely. Maybe seeing a little fatigue here, maybe a little frustration at this point, but...
He gave up a double to Parento to start the inning. Blanchard grounded a ball to second. Should have been the first out of the inning, but it was mishandled by the first baseman Leahy. Then a bunt base hit from Alex Austin, a drag bunt. He actually bunted it towards the shortstop area. Charging to make the play was Brigham. Made a nice throw, but was ruled safe was Austin. Much to the chagrin and the disagreement of the Spaulding crowd. But so George is out there talking to his infield, maybe talking about what to do in this situation. Nobody out. This is interesting because you wonder if he's saying let's try and turn a double play and sacrifice or concede the run or what. But anyway, it looks like Gagney is going to. Well, what do we have here? Somebody's coming out of the game. Brigham is going to leave third. All right, well, we're going to have a pitching change, so we'll take a timeout with the scores. Keene 3, Spaulding 3, the top of the 6. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
And now, a very important message from Colony Auto Company and Body Works, located at 880 Central Avenue in Dover.
You know, it happens. No matter what the season, sometimes driving conditions, well, they're not perfect. Maybe you were going a little too fast, or maybe another driver ran into your vehicle. Accidents do happen that require auto repairs, and that's why you need to know about Colony Auto Company and Body Works of Dover. Colony Auto Company will provide you with a damage estimate, and they will negotiate with your insurance provider to make sure your vehicle is repaired to your satisfaction. For over 30 years, Colony Auto Company has specialized in expert collision repair using only state-of-the-art technology. The friendly staff at Colony can help you through an unpleasant situation. Plus, they'll answer all of your questions. No one wants to have an accident, but they do happen, and it's good to know about Colony Auto Company and Body Works. Collision repairs by caring professionals. That's Colony Auto Company and Body Works, 880 Central Avenue in Dover, where you're always treated with the courtesy and professionalism that you deserve.
All right, so we have a pitching change here and a couple of defensive switches, or one defensive switch. So get your scorebooks out, get your pencil ready. As Gagney will move from pitcher to third base, Brigham comes out of the game. In to pitch, the lefty, Kyle Bernier. We'll get Gagney's line for you in just a second here, as soon as I total it up. So Bernier, first appearance on the season. Gagney goes 5+. He allows 6, 7, 8 hits. He's allowed 3 runs. And I'm trying to see 2 of those earned, and he's responsible for the men on first and third. So 3 runs, and that could change. As Bernier comes in and he's surrounded by his infield as he takes his warm-up tosses. It takes a little bit longer here in high school because sometimes the guy coming in to pitch is a fielder, so you got to give him a little time to warm up. It's not like you have some specialists. And there is some action down in the Spaulding bullpen. The right-hander looks like Colton Craig is warming up. Or just tossing down there. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts for Gagney. And he can lose the game. He cannot win it. He's on the hook here, and hopefully, for Spaulding, Bernier can get him out of trouble. So a tough spot here for Kyle Bernier, Danny.
Yeah, absolutely. Two on, still nobody out here.
Runners on first and third with no outs. Well, you could use the strikeout as the lefty, Matt Del Vecchio, steps into the plate. And we're ready to go. Top of the 6th. Keene has tied it. They've got a run in here in the top of the 6th. It's 3-3.
Kyle, JG, I want you in on the grass. Go with the running.
So you can hear Paul George saying he wants Josh Gagney in on the grass to cut down the run. And the lefty Bernier delivers. This one is high and tight for ball one. To Del Vecchio. Del Vecchio singled and came around to score in the third. He popped out to the catcher in the fourth inning. He's 1 for 2. Austin leads away from first. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball 2, 2-0.
Come on, Kyle.
And the Keene dugout making some noise. Bernier takes a stroll behind the mound to collect himself. A high leg kick, even from the stretch from Bernier. You got to wonder if Alex Austin's taking a look at that, thinking about taking second here.
A little bit of slow delivery there, right?
Bernier with a slow kick and deals high and inside for ball 3, 3-0. So
All right, come on, kid.
I wonder if they would just put him on here to set up the double play or the force at any base. On deck is Patrick Wiesel. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a double. Bernier looks in, holds the high set. The slow kick and delivers in there for strike one. Sometimes it's all it takes is to get that first strike in there and builds your confidence. 3 balls, 1 strike. Runners on first and third with nobody out. 3-3 in the top of the 6th. Keene with a run in already. Here's the 3-1. It is lifted, popped up behind second base. Bellio calls for it and squeezes it for a big out in the inning.
Huge out right there.
Boy, did Bernier need that. So 1 away. And it brings up Patrick Wiesel, excuse me.
And now you're still set up for the double play here. So
with 1 out, as Alex Ray gives the signs to the infield as to what's going on in case of a bunt. Paul George, the Spaulding coach, positioning his infield, as is Bobby G, one of the assistant coaches, positioning the outfield. Runners on first and third with 1 out. As Bernier delivers. It's fouled back to the screen, out of play. Or actually over the screen, out of play. No balls and 1 strike. So Bernier got behind 3-0 to Del Vecchio. Got a strike over, then got him to pop out behind second base. That was a huge out for Spaulding. 3-3 in the top of the 6th. Bernier from the set delivers. The runner's going. Suicide squeeze. It's laid down beautifully. The run scores. Bernier goes over to first in time, but the run comes home.
Well, that was textbook, wasn't it?
It really was.
Wow. You could see that unfolding, and Spaulding could see it unfolding, and there was absolutely nothing they could do about it.
Yeah, and over to second goes Alex Austin, but it was Blanchard taken off from third. A true suicide squeeze, so 2 away with a runner on second. And that brings up Trevor Barassa. He struck out in the third, was batted for in the fourth by Robinson, and who also struck out. So Barassa with a runner on second. Keene now leads 4-3. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Bernier delivers to the right-hander on the outside corner for strike 1. So charge that run to Gagne, who was on the hook for the loss. If things don't change, Spaulding certainly hopes they do.
All right, let's go.
0-1 from the lefty Bernier. Here it is. It is popped foul out of play. Over towards your car this time.
Again, towards my car, yeah.
Yeah, this time towards your car. And it's no balls and 2 strikes.
Come on, right here, Kyle.
No balls, 2 strikes. Second in the form of Alex Austin. Trevor Barassa at the plate. Kyle Bernier on the mound. The lefty kicks and delivers outside for ball 1-2. Bernier's probably frustrated giving up the run or allowing the inherited runner to score, but really nothing he could do about it.
Absolutely nothing. That was in slow motion, and you couldn't stop it.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Time is called by Barassa. A little gamesmanship here. He steps back in. Bernier will look at it, Alex Gray.
Knock it down, let's go. He's going to get this one, Ram.
Has the sign he wants, comes to the set, holds it at his chin, and the lefty delivers way outside for ball 2, 2-2. Keene with 2 runs in. They scored 2 in the third and now 2 here in the 6th. to grab a 4-3 lead from Spaulding. Keene trying to improve to 1-1 on the season. Both these teams played extra inning games on Monday. Bernier, the lefty, the 2-2 with 2 outs delivers. It is popped up. Playable. The first baseman, Leahy, takes command and makes the basket catch, Willie Mays style. And that will end
Willie
the
Mays
inning.
style.
Don't ever do it again, Leahy. So 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 left on base. After you're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSNAM1270.com.
Okay, so can someone explain to me why anyone would want a boat? My neighbors have one, and I just don't see the point. All you do is go around in circles and wave at the other boat owners. Ahoy there. Tally-ho. I mean, I don't wave at strangers when I'm driving my car. I guess it's just a boat thing, whatever. If you ask me, human beings aren't meant to be on boats in the first place. We're land creatures. Better to keep your feet planted on solid ground, I say. Otherwise, you're just asking for trouble. And yet, they do seem happy, and they do spend a lot of time together. Even their kids.
There are people who don't understand the way you live. There's an insurance company that does. Safeco Insurance for auto, home, boat, and more. Coverage by Safeco Insurance Company of American affiliates, Seattle, Washington. Safeco Insurance. Do more.
Contact Cross Insurance, your local Safeco agent, 475 High Street, Somersworth. That's Cross Insurance, 742-2552 for all your personal insurance needs.
So bottom of the 6th inning, Keene with a 4-3 lead. 2 up for the Red Raiders. It's the 6, 7, 8 hitters, Leahy, Bellio, and Roy. Leahy got to feel like he's wearing the goat horns after he made an error that led to the 1 run coming in and allowed the 2nd run eventually to come around. He steps in, and the first one for Mason Blanchard is outside for ball 1. So Leahy can atone for his mistake.
All right, you're going to try and make up for it here.
But you don't want to get crazy and try and hit a 5-run home run here, which would be impossible.
Yeah.
Especially with nobody on base. 0 for 2 Leahy on the day. This one's a little high for ball 2. Leahy looked like he made the decision not to swing very late. So 2 balls and no strikes. He gets ahead of Mason Blanchard. Blanchard now in line for the win. If things don't change. The 2-0. It is carved foul out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike. Justin McIsaac, Dan Lunnie here on WTSN bringing you this one. As Keene leads Spaulding 4-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning. We only play 7 in high school, so we are late in the ballgame. From the windup, Mason Blanchard delivers, and it's grounded towards second. Austin fields it on a hop, fires over to first in time, and there's 1 away.
Yeah, nice play. Little room service hop for him there, and bang, bang.
Well, these infields did, especially in early April in New Hampshire. You never know what you're going to get.
Absolutely, yeah. And, you know, this field, like I said before, really isn't in bad shape at all, considering the rain we had this morning.
And the amount of snow that fell on it over the winter.
I think that just flattened it out some more.
So Bellio steps in. First one from Blanchard. It's outside, but he swings and misses for strike 1. Bellio hit a triple in the 2nd. Was cut down at the plate trying to score, which could prove to be a huge play in the ball game. He reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th and came around to score. And he lifts this one to center field. Back goes Barassa. It's over his head.
Oh, yeah.
They roll all the way to the fence. Bellio on his way to second. He's in standing with a double. And the Red Raiders have a runner in scoring position with 1 out.
Nice poke there.
As we said, the ball's been carrying well, especially for it's not a cold day, but it's certainly not a warm day either, Jim. So Trevor Roy will come up with a runner in scoring position. Roy reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd, grounded out to second in the 4th. He's 0 for 2 this afternoon. I wonder if Bellio is going to try and steal 3rd here with 1 away. Here's the pitch from Blanchard. It is a check swing grounder towards the hole between 3rd and short. Fields and fires his Parento in time. And there's 2 away. Nice play by Parento once again.
Very nice. He gets the 3rd anyways.
Yeah, so the equivalent of a sack bunt, it was an excuse me swing. And if there's a pass ball or a wild pitch, you know he's coming home. So that brings up Zach Poisson. Poisson is 1 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice and singled home 2 runs in the 4th. 1 for 2 with 2 ribbies. He's having a conversation with Coach Paul George. Poisson, also a member of the hockey team, so he knows Coach George well, who's also the head coach of the hockey team. So he's got his instructions with 2 outs. Can we see back-to-back innings with suicide squeezes here, Danny? You wouldn't think so.
Right now, it's possible. Yeah.
So Bellio away from third, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Keene leads Spaulding 4-3. This one is slapped towards short. Takes a tough hit. Gets by Luopa. In comes Bellio to score the tying run, and it's 4-4.
And just like that, we have a tie ball game.
Oh, that ball just ate Luopa alive up there.
Well, it was smoked to begin with, and that one wasn't a room service hop. That was a hooray. See you later.
That exploded on Luopa, but Bellio comes in to tie the game at 4. DiPrizio smashes it towards Luopa. This time he shovels it over to second for the final out of the inning, and the side is retired. But Spaulding able to even things up. 1 run on 1 hit with nobody left on base after 6 full. It's 4-4. Spaulding and Keene. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM 1270.com.
I'm WTSN's Mike Palm with another Seacoast Minute. The New Hampshire Author Series, hosted by the Friends of the Diamond Library, will present writer Willem Lang this Sunday afternoon at 2 in the Diamond Library's 5th floor reading room at the University of New Hampshire, their campus in Durham. Maple Suites of Dover hosting a free seminar entitled Organizing Your Financial Life with elder law attorney Tom Tour this Saturday morning at 10:30 at Maple Suites on Holiday Drive in Dover. Call 603-742-8820 to reserve a seat for the seminar. The Somersworth Festival Association holding its annual Spring Craft Fair and Farmers Market on Saturday, April 20th from 9 a.m. to 3 at the Somersworth High School. Crafters and vendors are still needed. For more information, call the festival office at 603-692-5869. And the Dover Moses Paul Masonic Lodge hosting their annual breakfast fundraiser this Saturday morning from 7:30 to 10:30 at the Lodge on Pole Street in Dover. Proceeds will benefit the Dover Police Department's DARE and Youth to Youth programs.
So we head to the top of the 7th inning here at Bert George Field. Justin McIsaac, Dan Lunnie, Spaulding and Keene tied at 4. As the last 3 runs for the 2 teams combined have all been unearned. Keene grabbing 2 unearned runs in the top of the 6th. Spaulding getting one in the bottom of the 6th. But until I said it's been a well-played game defensively, it had been. And since then, you've seen some errors.
We've seen a couple, yeah. But even so, it's been a pretty snappy pace to the game. It hasn't been very slow or anything. So
just an hour and a half old here is due up for Keene this half inning. It'll be the top of the order: Nick Hume, Steve Bianco, and Lucas Luopa. Alex Parento, excuse me, if anybody gets on base. Hume steps in for the right side. It's still Kyle Bernier out there on the hill, the left-hander. As Hume is 0 for 2 today, struck out, walked, and grounded out to first unassisted. Bernier from the windup, and he delivers in there for strike 1.
Good pitch from the lefty.
Well, he almost reminds me of a Japanese pitcher. His windup is so slow. And
he does have the high leg kick, yep. The only thing you got to worry about with that is men on base.
And falling down in the middle of the windup.
And falling down, right.
Here's the 0-1. Way outside for a ball, 1-1. When he goes into the windup, and it almost looks like a cartoon because he's so slow. Bugs Bunny did the fast windup. It's like the the Gas House Gorillas? Or the other team? They had the pitcher with the slow windup. This one is swung on a miss for strike 2.
He fooled on that pitch.
1-2. And if you're a hitter, it probably kind of lulls you to sleep, Danny. The windup from Bernier. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Top of the 7th. Bernier from the windup deals. Just a little low for ball 2. 2-2.
That was close.
The crowd wanted that one. Kyle Bernier limited the damage when he came in relief of Josh Gagne. He's gone 2-2 here to Nick Hume. The left-hander winds and delivers. Fouled off first base side. That's going to get out of play. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Yankees and Indians at 6:30 here tonight on WTSN. And the Yankees have really laid the smackdown on the Indians.
Well, they put it to them yesterday.
First 2 games of the series. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bernier delivers to Hume. Way outside for ball 3, 3-2.
Get him here, Kyle.
You don't want to put the potential go-ahead run on first with nobody out there.
They're having a little bit of control problem out there, but
3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out from the windup. Bernier delivers. It is slapped towards second. Over to field it is Poisson. Fires and in time. As that was a slow roller. In time for the first out. I think I got a piece of Bernier's glove, actually, and I might have slowed it up. Poisson made a nice throw, and there's 1 down for Steve Bianco. Bianco's 1 for 3. Flew out to center, singled in the 3rd, and then struck out looking in the 5th. He bats from the right side as action continues in the Spaulding bullpen over in the right field foul area. Looks like Colin Craig still warming up. Bernier delivers on the outside corner for a called strike 1.
just caught the corner with that one.
So 0-1. Tied at 4 here at the top of the 7th. Kyle Bernier from the windup delivers. Cut on a miss for strike 2.
Out in front of that one.
That one looked like it was a little off-speed pitch. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Bernier in relief of Gagne, who went 5+. Shakes off Gray a couple of times. Now he's got the one he likes. From the windup, delivers 0-2. Lollipop curveball is a bit high for ball 1. Keene Spaulding tied at 4 here in the top of the 7th. Scheduled for 7 in high school ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bernier delivers. Ooh, just a little low for ball 2. 2-2. You can hear Paul George in the Spaulding dugout saying, "You're up, you're down, you're hot, you're cold, you're like a Katy Perry song. What are you doing?" You can hear Danny talk about on the Bay tomorrow morning.
That's right.
Here's the 2-2. Swung on a miss for strike 3.
Got him.
So nice job by Bernie. He's got the first 2 here in the top of the 7th. That brings up Lucas Luopa. Luopa's 1 for 3, grounded out to first in the 1st. Singled homer run in the 3rd, and grounded out to 3rd in the 5th. He's going to try and start a little 2-out rally here for his Blackbirds. As Bernier gets the one he wants and goes into the windup and delivers. It is fouled off out of play towards Danny's car.
I don't know how many. That's a lot. I think I have a magnet.
We're both going to be able to juggle tomorrow because you're going to have so many baseballs to bring home.
Exactly.
So no balls and 1 strike to Luopa. The Keene shortstop, Kyle Bernier delivers. The lefty curveball a bit high for ball 1. 1-1. And Bernier came into a tough spot in the 6th with runners on 1st and 3rd.
Come on, Kyle.
But he's pitched well since then. The 1-1. It is smashed towards center field, towards right center. On his giddy-up, Jewell, he will not be able to get there. Luopa makes the big turn on his way to second, and he will make it standing. Throw got away from Poisson, but backed up by the shortstop, Bellio. And the Blackbirds have a runner on second with 2 out in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, nice hitting there. Thought he might have a chance at it, but well, not quite. Just
as I say, you can see Jewell was shaded towards left, playing the right-hander to pull.
Put that batter on first base.
And I think they're going to walk Parento.
If you just heard what I heard, put that batter on first base.
That's Paul George. His voice is hard to mistake.
Yeah.
So you don't have to throw the 4 pitches to intentionally walk. But the intentional pass is given to Parento.
Yeah, and we can see why. Yeah.
Parento hit a double his last time up, came around to score. And that brings up Mason Blanchard, who is 1 for 3. He singled and was cut down, trying to stretch to a double in the second, and then reached twice on an error. Not the same at bat. That would be a rare. Takes the first one for Bernier, outside for a ball, 1-0. So I think what Bernier thought he heard as Paul George comes out for a conversation, and he's going to go to the right-hander here. So that's going to do it for Bernier. So pitching change here for Bert George Field. We will take a timeout. You're listening to High School Baseball. The score 4-4. Keene and Spaulding. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
Wentworth Douglas Hospital, the Seacoast leading medical center, is the largest acute care hospital in the Seacoast of New Hampshire and southern Maine, specializing in high-tech services using sophisticated medical equipment, including the Da Vinci S robotic surgical system and the Cancer Center's radiotactic radiosurgery system. Wentworth Douglas Hospital is always doing more for your health by providing skilled health care and personal medical attention. Wentworth Douglas Hospital, the Seacoast leading medical center.
Here's a WTSN AM 1270 AccuWeather forecast. Mostly cloudy, turning colder tonight. Periods of rain early tonight, a leftover shower late. Low 34 inland to 40 at the seacoast. Cloudy, a cool day tomorrow with a little rain, the high 48. Occasional rain and drizzle, breezy tomorrow night, a low 33. Breezy even cooler with rain Friday, the high 40. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jack Boston on WTSN and WTSN AM 1270.com.
So a pitching change here as Colton Craig is in relief of Kyle Bernier. Bernier's line, 1 2/3, 1 hit allowed, 1 walk. It was intentional. He struck out 1. He's responsible for the runners on first and second. Luopa's on second. Parento is on first in a 4-4 game in the top of the 7th. And he also inherits a 1-0 K. So Craig getting his warm-up tosses in. Shout out here, Danny, I think?
Yeah, to Connor. Connor's here. Connor's actually running the scoreboard for us.
Well, he took off for an inning.
Yeah.
What happened there, Connor? You were on the scoreboard. You took off for
Where'd you go? Wall
ball. Listen, when wall ball calls, you got to answer the charges.
Connor says he's getting hungry. He's ready for a burger, he said.
Connor, you want to run down to Papa Gino's and bring him back a large cheese? What do you think? All right. No sausage. Vegetarian. Can't have it. Can't have it, don't want it.
He'll have none of that, Connor says.
All right, well. In any event, Colton Craig in relief. Big spot for him. 2 outs in the top of the 7th in a tie ball game. Big spot for Mason Blanchard, who is, as we said, 1 for 3. He's ahead 1-0 count. Bernier still responsible for the runners on first and second. And Craig will work from the stretch. Right-handed pitcher. Gets the sign he wants. Holds the set below the belt and delivers. Inside
Good
corner
pitch.
for strike 1. And as slow as Bernier's delivery was, Colton Craig's is quick.
Just the other world. We're in another world now.
The flip side of that coin. So 1-1 to Mason Blanchard. Craig holds the set and delivers. On the outside corner for a strike. 1-2.
And nasty pitch there.
Almost looked like a changeup on the outside corner. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Tie game in the top of the 7th. Colton Craig stares in, and Alex Gray gets the sign. Mason Blanchard waits in the batter's box. Here it is. It is lifted foul down the first baseline. It's going to be unplayable for the right fielder, Roy. And we'll do it again at 1-2. All right, great ball game today on WTSN. Glad you could join Danny and I. And I'll be right back here next Wednesday. Our next high school game is Spaulding. These Red Raiders will take on Pinkerton. Not the Weezer album, but the high school. It'd be weird if Weezer showed up to play. 1-2, 2 outs, 2 on. Here it is. In the dirt, low for ball 2. Nice stop by Gray.
Very deceptive delivery there. Almost Keith Folkish.
Yeah, hides the ball well, yeah. Keith Folkish. I have to use the word folkish.
Folkish.
Usually they used to describe music. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 outs. Here it is. Chopped towards the pitcher makes a nice play. Gets up, fires to first. Leahy's got to make the tag as the throw pulled him off the bag. He does so.
We're playing football here for a second.
Yeah, we certainly were, but the side is retired. So, no runs on one hit. And nobody left on, or excuse me, 2 runners left on base. After 6.5, we're tied at 4. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
College softball players Mallory Holtzman and Liz Wallace know winning isn't everything.
It's how you hold your head at the end of the game and how you walk off the field.
These two athletes carried their opponent around the bases after she injured herself hitting the winning home run.
What are they doing?
Whether you win or lose on the field, if you did the right thing, then you did win.
Can they do that?
And they showed us the right thing is sportsmanship.
Way to go, girl!
Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at Values.com.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Bottom of the 7th inning here, tied at 4 at Bert George Field. Justin McIsaac, Dan Lunnie. Top of the order, due up for Spaulding. As it'll be, the 2-3-4 hitters. It'll be Alex Gray, Justin Jewell, Lucas. If anybody gets on base, well, Gagney's scheduled to hit. We'll see who bats for him. But Gray steps in from the right side. Or from the left side, excuse me. First one from Mason Blanchard is outside for a ball. 1-0. Based on the tweet in all caps I just got from Gabby Connolly, I'm going to say the Spaulding softball team got a win.
All right. All right.
They were at Keene today. Here's the 1-0 to Gray. Catches the outside corner for a strike.
Well, Blanchard's pitched a heck of a ball game here so far today.
He's allowed 4 runs, 3 of them earned. Here's the 1-1 to Gray. Smash between the hole. Ooh, knocked down by the first baseman. Bianco gets up, flips to the pitcher. In time. Oh, what a play by Bianco.
Wow. That was something.
To get the speedy Gray, because that one looked like it was ticketed for right field. Bianco, full extension to knock it down. Had the wherewithal to get up, flip to the pitcher, give Mason Blanchard credit for covering. And to get Gray out, Gray who's a record-holding sprinter, that's a heck of a play by the Keene first baseman. So 1 away for Justin Jewell. He takes the first one outside for a ball, 1-0. Jewell on the afternoon is 2 for 3 with a couple of stolen bases. Well, that could have been a double, too, with Gray's speed if it gets through.
Oh,
this
yeah.
one's taken to the opposite field for a base hit down the left field line, and Jewell will take a big turn but hold it first. So the Red Raiders are in business in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Now, how big was that play?
Well,
with
yeah.
a base hit there, yeah.
Without that play from Bianco, it could be first and third with nobody out.
You got it.
In any event, it'll be Colton Craig to bat. First at bat on the day for Craig. He came in relief of Bernier in the top of the 7th. And you got to think Jewell will be on the move here. And a check on the runner. He's back with a hand tag safely.
You know what? I think Keene was thinking. I think they were too.
Just maybe. He's got 4 stolen bases. Jewell does on the season. Here's the first one. A little bit of a slide step in there for strike 1. I would imagine Mason Blanchard is very aware of Justin Jewell over at first base. 4-4 in the bottom of the 7th. 1 away for Spaulding. Check on the runner. Back safely with a hand tag.
I don't think we've seen him throw over once today until now.
That's right. Spaulding trying to go to 2-0 in the season. Trying to avoid their second straight. Another check on the runner. This time no throw. Just a step off the rubber. Keene would like to play their second extra inning game of the year. They'd like to get this game to the 8th. Spaulding would like to end things here in the 7th. Jewell inches away from first. A peek back from Blanchard. Here's the 0-1. It is chopped foul, third base side. And Colton Craig's at an 0-2 hole. Spaulding got 1 in the first, 2 in the fourth, and 1 in the sixth. Keene got 2 in the third and 2 in the sixth, and we're all knotted up at 4 here in the bottom of the seventh. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Blanchard from the stretch delivers. There goes the runner. It's taken towards left center. That's going to split the defenders. Around second and towards third goes Jewell. Jewell's going to make the turn. He is going to come home with a winning run, and the Red Raiders walk off with the victory.
Well, there you go.
Colton Craig gets the win as the pitcher and the walk-off double. Spaulding wins it 5-4. We'll be right back to talk about this one. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM 1270.com.
Here's a WTSN AM 1270 AccuWeather forecast. Mostly cloudy, turning colder tonight. Periods of rain early tonight, a leftover shower late. Low 34 inland to 40 at the seacoast. Cloudy, a cool day tomorrow with a little rain, the high 48. Occasional rain and drizzle, breezy tomorrow night, a low 33. Breezy even cooler with rain Friday, the high 40. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jack Boston on WTSN and WTSN-AM1270.com.
Breaking news out of suburban Atlanta, Georgia. A gunman is barricaded inside a home and holding 5 county firefighters hostage. A record-breaking day on Wall Street, the Dow reached a new all-time high of 14,802. With banks offering low interest rates on savings, more people are buying stocks.
This is all the consequence of what has been referred to as financial repression.
Economist Carrie Leahy, the NASDAQ rose 59. A bipartisan deal reached to expand background checks on gun purchases. The NRA says it won't prevent another shooting tragedy and won't keep our kids safe. President Obama proposes a $3.8 trillion budget for fiscal year 2014. It would raise taxes and trim popular benefit programs. House Budget Committee Chair Paul Ryan.
There's almost no deficit reduction in this budget. Over 10 years to reduce the deficit by $119 billion and start doing so in 2020, that's not very serious.
I'm Brad Wheelis, ABC News.
What if we got rewarded for every good decision?
Dinner. Meal needs a vegetable. Check.
Amazing.
Vegetables cooked with a healthier oil instead of butter.
Fantastic. Replacing bad fats with healthier fats like those in canola or vegetable oil is good for your heart. Take up the challenge for good health because the you of the future will say,
Fantastic.
Visit heart.org/face the fats. Canola Info proudly supports the American Heart Association's Face the Fats campaign.
So it's a final. Spaulding wins it 5-4 with a walk-off double off the bat of Colton Craig in his first at-bat of the game, Danny.
Unbelievable. He comes in relief, and then, as we said before, well, he does a nice job in relief, then gets up with a guy on, and instantly ends this game.
Yeah, so he picks up the win as the pitcher. We'll give you the final totals here in just a second as soon as I get them all done. I'm still totaling up the left on base. 1, 2, 3, 5. You have to hear me do math here for a second.
1, 2, 3, 5. That'll help.
1, 2, 3. Well, 1, 2, 3 plus 2 is 5. And then 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 7. All right, so for Spaulding, 5 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors, 5 left on base. The winning pitcher was Colton Craig. He went a third of an inning. No runs, no hits, no walks, no strikeouts. For Keene, 4 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors, 7 left on base. The losing pitcher was Blanchard. Tough luck loser, 6 1/3, 9 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 1 strikeout, no walks. Starting pitcher for Spaulding was Josh Gagne. He went 5+, 8 hits allowed, 4 runs, 2 of them earned, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. Kyle Bernier went 1 2/3, allowed 1 hit, gave up 1 walk. He was intentional and struck out a batter. The game took an hour and 51 minutes to play, Eddie. And Keene, they've had a couple of tough losses here, but they look like a ball club with some talent, and hopefully
they really do. Yeah.
Hopefully they can think the ship kind of righted.
Absolutely. The pitching was outstanding today from both sides. And Keene, like you said, the tough luck loser. Somebody's got to lose.
And unfortunately, it was the Blackbirds. But Spaulding improves to 2-0, a good win for them. And they will face Londonderry tomorrow. Game originally scheduled for Friday. It's been moved to Thursday. So if you want to head out to see that one, get your plans ready to go to Londonderry tomorrow afternoon. My thanks. Anyway, a final update here. Spaulding softball also won today, 4-0. So
all right, there we go.
My thanks to Matt Daly, keeping things running at our Dover broadcast studios. And Dan Lunnie, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. We'll be back later on in the season.
And we'll be here Wednesday. Would you like to join me next Wednesday?
We might join you again Wednesday, right?
All right. That'll be our next.
Who is our opponent on Wednesday?
Well, our opponent will be the microphones.
Yes. Well, that's always my opponent.
As they always are. Spaulding will be here at Bert George Field. They'll take on the Pinkerton Astros.
All right, Pinkerton.
3:50 pregame, 4 o'clock first pitch right here on WTSN. And my thanks once again to Matt Daly for keeping things running at our Dover broadcast studios. But one more time for Dan Lunnie, your final score, Spaulding 5, Keene 4. I'm Justin McIsaac saying so long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to tonight's broadcast of high school baseball on WTSN AM 1270.
Hey, I've been cut already.
Tonight's game was brought to you by
Wentworth Douglas Hospital, the Seacoast leading medical center. Cross Insurance, your local Safeco agent at 475 High Street in Somersworth. That's Cross Insurance, 742-2552 for all your personal insurance needs. Aroma Joe's Coffee, 16 locations all over the Seacoast. Visit them online at aromajoes.com. Aroma Joe's, wicked good coffee.
Nice catch, Hayes. Don't ever do it again. All right, let's go. Let's get it going.
For a list of upcoming games and to listen live, check out WTSN AM1270.com. We now return to our regularly scheduled program on WTSN Dover Portsmouth, #1 for news, talk, and sports on the Seacoast.
Say, well, I go out and I have so many dollars.